Where do you even get
All
those
of the
glasses from? You had to order those?
those glasses. I
Etsy.
love them.
Etsy.
Etsy?
Jeez.
Etsy.
I think that's where I got what did I get from Etsy one time? I think that's where I got one of these swords from. Like I got a bunch of, well, not a bunch. I just got like some cosplay swords, some props.
Yeah.
But they be having the little rare stuff that you be like, oh, I can only find this here for unless I make it.
It was like I typed in like Squirtle Squad glasses, whatever, and I was looking through some pages because they were all rounded. I was like, he has pointy glasses. They're not rounded, they're pointy glasses. So when I found this, I was like, take my money, and I think these were like $15. So I was like, definitely take my money.
$15, huh?
Yeah.
Deal.
If I can find it, I'll send you guys.
I don't need them. That's well spent. I just like seeing you in them. And in this hair, like it is giving me all.
I love it. I love it.
I want to see you do the butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see you do the Tootsie Roll.
I was saying that's old. I got to do the Tootsie Roll, according to what the song says.
Oh my gosh!
I want to go to Freaknik now. That's what I'm feeling right now. I want to.
They're having a Hoochie Con in LA.
What?
A what?
Hoochie Con.
Hoochie Con. Where's this? We need to do it, huh?
I'll send it to you. It's by someone. Her at name is Crybaby Thug. But
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to go.
I'm sorry. I'll drive my ass over there.
Let's go to Hoochie Con, Trent.
Yeah. I'll send y'all her page.
Please do.
Oh my gosh.
I love to go to that.
Hoochie Con, huh?
She was asking for artists. And I was like, fuck, I don't have anything that fits the theme, but this would be fire to go to. So I'll send y'all the link to the
oh yes
stuff so y'all can get tickets to it.
Ooh, that sounds like a good fucking time.
And the theme is like Freaknik theme, but it's old school. Like
maybe I'll make an appearance.
Sorry.
Your inseam better be 3 inches or less. That's all we're saying.
I'm saying the shorts gotta be shortened.
It's gotta be old. It's gotta be old school though.
Hoochie Daddy shorts.
But you gotta. It's an old school vibe though.
Yeah. Hoochie Daddy
old
shorts.
school vibe for 90s guys that's like biker shorts.
The plaid Carlton shorts
above the knee shorts.
The plaid Carltons.
I'll take those if they short.
I'll probably get
was it MC Hammer that was wearing like bowling gloves and like have hoochie shorts on in one of his videos?
It was the onesie. It was the almost like the wrestling onesie.
Yeah,
the neckline was low. Yes, it was a unitard. Yep. Fanny pack and bomber jacket.
Do that.
Really? The whole MC Hammer look? Wow.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Senpai and Friends. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, Jiggly Senpai, and these are my friends. Please introduce yourselves.
Oh, I'll go.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, GokusGodCousin. Welcome.
It's your girl, SDTrinity, leader of the Squirtle Squad. Hello.
And we have a guest.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, AnimexSundays. Just here, man. Just happy to be here. Love to be here with y'all. Y'all are so amazing. Appreciate it,
Thank you so much for coming and having a chat with us today. I'm really glad to have you here. So I kind of want to talk about, first of all, how we came to meet. Because you are definitely Mr. Convention. I mean, we was just talking about Hoochie Con and how much we want to go, me and Jen, and you said I'll make an appearance. You are like Mr. Convention. You be at all the conventions, all the times. So we met at a con. We met at BlurredCon. And I don't know if you caught this because we hadn't officially met yet. We met the next day or something. But I caught you in I think it was in Artist Alley, like one of the side rooms by the ballroom. And I was like, oh my God, there he is. I want to take a picture with him. and I came up and I asked to take a picture. You probably don't even remember that moment.
I remember you taking a picture with me in the game room. If you were wearing your Tanjiro, if you were wearing your Tanjiro, of course. I remember.
Oh, wow. I didn't think that you would remember that at all.
I remember you taking a picture of me in the game room with the Tanjiro mask and fan type. I remember. See, I know. I'm here.
Yeah, you here. We connected later on.
I do.
That was a fun time.
Yeah, which part? Oh, the BlurCon party, right?
Yeah, the BlurCon party.
Well, damn, how long ago was that? That was 2 years ago?
That was 2021.
Yeah.
That's 2 years ago? Yeah, well, some conventions you just gotta, circle back. And nowadays I don't go. I mean, I still go to a lot of cons, but I just go to the ones that I know I'm already gonna go to. And maybe new ones if I never been. You know what I mean?
So what are your favorite cons to attend then?
Well, I think my favorite con still is BlurCon a little bit. I still like BlurCon a lot just because so many Black people that are there, even though I may not have the crazy in-depth, panels or, vendors situation may have you. I think I still am the most comfortable there and have the most fun there. But as a convention, I think my favorite con is actually New York Comic Con. I'm not gonna lie, ever since I've been there, I've been like, oh yeah, this is really how you're supposed to get it done. You feel me? And it's a lot different from Anime New York. People think, oh, it's the same building, it's in New York, how could it be? No. New York Comic Con, they got the shit. I felt like I was in, they had the fucking One Piece boat in the fucking middle of the room.
I know that's fire.
I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Marvel got a whole building looking thing. I'm like, nah. You know what I'm saying? I saw 3 early premieres. I saw the One Piece Film Red movie. I saw 1,000 Year Blood War arc before it dropped. And then I saw, it was the AOT panel where they talked to the creator. And I was like, what's going on? This is not even... Oh, no. Was that Anime New York? I can't remember. But I was like, it was another event. I was like, what's going on? I'm like, this is some regular... This is Quebec. But it's it's just been around longer. New York Comic Con was one of the first Comic Cons.
Yeah.
So they really do that shit. But I do like DreamCon a lot, too. I just think DreamCon is just one big-ass party, though. Really. The convention's cool too, but it's just a big ass party. It's just a bunch of people that we all know, mostly content creators who just go to Texas to party it out. But it's still a good little con. They got their things. I know it's in a bigger venue this time, so it should have some more, things going on than just a couple, artist alley games, but they should be having a lot more.
I'd like to attend DreamCon one day. I would prefer to attend it in a working capacity. I would love to be there, hosting a panel or doing some work for someone. But I'm still interested to attend.
Absolutely.
It is a good networking con for sure. I feel like when I went to the first one, that's how I made a lot of good connections the first one. That's how I got a lot of mutuals from that convention that were all the guests that were there. That was the first time I really was involved with a lot of them because there still wasn't that many people. That first, I think I went to the second one. I didn't go to the first one. The second one, it still wasn't even super deep. It was okay, it's a vibe. But then the third one, it was deep as fuck.
Yeah.
The third or fourth one. I think
that was the one that was last year.
I think the last one was 4. So I think I missed the first 2 actually. So the third one was not that many. The third one was still okay. It's decent. They had the new spot. And then the fourth one was deep. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Seeing all of the pictures and videos and stuff.
What the hell? I was like, there's hella people. It was we all couldn't even fit in there.
That's why they got a new one, a larger venue.
Yeah, we couldn't even fit in there. And I was like, oh yeah, nah, that's not gonna work again. But that's also, I've only been to 2 DreamCons, so that's also where my, judgment from it comes, because the second one was so deep. It was like, God damn, bro, this shit is too much. It was too much. Even my shit. I had a panel. These motherfuckers was lined around the building. I said, wait a minute, bro. Where did all you niggas? Y'all niggas weren't even in attendance. Like, where did all these people come from? And I'm like, it's not enough space
to see you.
We was in this little ass room. I'm like, oh my god. But
what was panel on?
We had 2 panels. We did one panel, the anime opening verses, and I did that with Rob, the homie Shauna Shoutout. And we went back and forth battling anime openings. And it was live. Niggas was jumping. It was lit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I ended up winning somehow. I don't remember how that happened. I think we had like a tie or something, and then I won something.
What was the voting system? Was it audience participation?
Yeah, it was audience. Mm-hmm. So it was like the yay or nay, me or Rob, and then we let the homie decide who was doing the engineering. And then the second one was a Naruto fantasy draft, but it was based on the video game because like DreamCon, a lot of conventions don't want you to do versus panels. They specifically do not want you debating anime characters fighting. This is like a nationwide con stigma.
Yeah.
And it sucks because me and Rob are probably the only niggas who do it and actually have a lot of fun. No, that's not true. There's a lot of niggas who do it, but in terms of like who go around to conventions, we try to do it. So DreamCon's the same though. So they're like, niggas, you cannot be debating characters for real. So we had to put it in the game.
Polarizing, like people get so passionate about it. Because I can see like the conversations that happen online in the nerd community with people like going back and forth on who's better than who. I mean, we just had that incident where trend with Gohan's 2 dads. Like, there was tell them about it, Trend.
Like it was a video. I am blanking on the man's name, but he does he's a call center guy for villains, and he was talking to whatever. He's like, don't fight Gohan. His 2 dads will show up, and they're like, what do you mean 2 dads? He's like, his real dad, Goku, and then his other dad, Piccolo. And I was like, yeah, like Goku is like the dad, but Piccolo is his father, and everything was cool. And I mean, I'm just saying that because Piccolo is his other daddy. We all know this. Daddy absolutely. Piccolo forever, right? And Grandpa Piccolo too, because he taking care of the grandkids too. But some dude hopped in and was like, no, you're wrong. Actually, Goku is the father and the dad. And I was just like, first of all, this is my own opinion.
The fuck up.
Like, this is my own opinion.
Yeah, it's sad. And that's why they have that.
Yeah, it was a lot. And had another person hop in for him, and then now another dude popped. Like, this morning, by the way, another guy popped in saying, no, you're actually wrong, you dumb. And he's like, oh my IQ.
Yeah, I seen it. I think I seen that too.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, so I could definitely see where it comes into con point perspective, because I know there'd be hands being thrown like, what you
yeah, but that's the thing. It's like that is true. Like the community, especially on that side, is super serious. There's just no decorum. Niggas don't have no decorum. Niggas can't have a conversation, and it's not a problem. So DreamCon, we basically had to put it in a game. So we had to. We would have categories like, Akatsuki, Konoha 10, whatever. Hokages. We'd have categories, and we would let the audience pick 3 characters from that category in the game, and we would let the computers fight each other. That's how the tournament will progress. So you could debate a little bit. We'd be like, why'd you pick these characters? You'd be like, oh, I picked this character. I chose Itachi because I know Itachi would beat Rock Lee, but whatever. And that way it's not like, well, fuck you, bro. You don't know what the fuck. No, they're going to battle it out on the computer. Yeah. If you lose, you lose. That's it. We don't care. It's just a game. You lose, you lose. So the DreamCon was like, all right, you niggas barely skate by with that. But no other cons will really let us do it except for BlurCon and other black cons like Head Nerds and Con. They let us do it. But you know, me and Rob that's my dog. You feel me? That's one of my closest homies. So we can curse each other out, and we never even do curse each other out because we're just not ignorant. You know, nobody's real. These characters aren't real. Nobody's cursing everybody out. But we can disagree and talk shit, and it's fine because nobody's, you know what I'm saying? So we're trying to make it more comfortable, you know? Because we did do it at BlurCon that first year I went. We did Bakugo versus Todoroki. And it was a good panel. People had to say what they wanted to say. But it's, you know, it's a long road.
I love how we all have to kind of go when it comes to that part of the community, because it is very passionate. But it can get to a point where it's just extremely disrespectful. And I wish that we knew. Well, a lot of us do know where the line draws. Like, okay, this is my opinion. I think Goku's great, or I think Piccolo's better, or you know, the strongest person is Bulma because she be whooping ass and creating shit. You know what I mean? But that's my opinion. You don't need to come and start fighting me at the con.
People be like, I'm gonna find where you live. After a certain amount of time, I'm like, whoa.
No, I definitely have niggas be like want to really run it, like really the death threats, like, bro, I can't believe you said this. I'll be like, bro, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I'll give my reason, whatever. They'll be like, or then they'll say something disrespectful, like, oh, you goofy as fuck, bro. You really soft in real life. I'll be like, please slot. Please slot. I'm not playing with none of y'all niggas. I'm like, bro, you catch me at any convention. These niggas always do this. Oh, bro, if I see you, please, I'm at every con. Con. You're gonna fight me over a Naruto opinion? Please.
No,
I would love to.
For a picture.
I would love to. Like, I don't have no problems fighting no niggas over anime characters. I would definitely run your hands over anime characters because you look stupid.
Right. But in the same point, that does help a little bit with your content creating, because it's like, oh, why is this one comment have like 50 comments under it? Let me go investigate that. And then you start reading, you're like, oh, this guy was actually proving some points, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna go follow. Boop. Now I'm following like all of your videos.
Oh yeah, it always brings in a little more traction, you know, but the goal here is to detoxify this as much as possible. But it's like, it seems harder and harder, you know, like it seems harder and harder the more and more, I guess, the internet involves these children's lives, like, you know what I mean? Like, the more that we get these generation of kids that all they do is just like, all they know is the internet, the more it's just like, nobody's like looking at it like a, you know, a fun time. Everybody's looking at it like a fucking, some weird extraness going on. And I'm just like, we're trying to detoxify.
People are a lot braver on the internet than they are in person, right? And so that's where you get to really see, like, people let stuff fly that they normally wouldn't say directly to another human, let alone someone that they are following, because you are following me and that's why we're here. And if you're arguing me under somebody else's post about something that is fictional, then that tells me a lot about how much fucking time you have. You have a lot of time because you don't spend it with anybody else. Yeah.
But you mentioned detoxifying this space that we're in. Is that why you chose to do content creating, or is that just like you just kind of fell into it? You're like, I just like sharing my opinion or making videos, and then just snowballed from there?
So it's a little bit of both. The whole mission was always to make like anime, specifically anime debates, like, and just anime content in general as like kind of mainstream as possible, so that like if you were like to turn on the TV and you're watching the basketball game, you could turn to a channel and watch two niggas talking about the last Demon Slayer episode. You feel me? Like, the goal is to make it fit in with all these other genres of, you know, entertainment that everybody knows and love, and it's like everyone's getting rich off it, and it's just because it will make more paths for the people who really love this type of the nerdcore type of stuff.
Yeah.
When I started making videos, it was because as a film major, there was it was hard out here. When you got out of college, you had to work on set 14 hours a day for a month and then use that money to last you most of the year, or you had to do other random freelance shit all the time. And that's what I did for years before I made content. 3 or 4 years I was doing freelance video stuff and trying to work on movies, and I was teaching children, kindergarten. And
kindergartners are fun. I used to kindergarten, first grade, 4, 5, and 6.
Kindergartners are great. There's nothing wrong.
They're great.
Hell no.
They're great. Goku's a teacher as well.
Yeah, I taught for several years. I taught like athletics and extracurriculars for a couple years, and then I taught kindergarten for 1 year. And
Little kids are fun.
Eventually I was like, I need to make something of my own here, or I'm just never, this entertainment shit I don't know what I'm doing. So I started a YouTube channel where, the story of the name is, I used to post on my personal channel in college all the anime that I would watch on Sunday. And it would be stories, worth of shit. And niggas would be blowing up my phone. Bro, what is that, bro? Put me on. So I just made another page. I had like a poll one day, like I'm about to make another page for recommendations for niggas and call it AnimexSundays. And so when I did that, I was like, okay, I'll do that, but I'll do a little, I'll actually make a YouTube video. So I'll do a little maybe recommendation, a little battle or something, and then show a video in the community that was going up. Because at the time, there wasn't a lot of anime content creators anyway in 2018.
So, I was going to say, what year is this? 2018?
2019, yeah, I think it's 2019, like beginning. And there's not that many motherfuckers out there anyway making videos. So I would post a few cats that were. And then that turned into, posting clips on Instagram and, reposting stuff. And then when TikTok came out, TikTok kind of started that year for real. And I seen a couple of niggas making TikToks. I was like, these niggas are booty. I can make this shit. No, I'm just kidding. That's not what I said. I was like, okay, these niggas are making TikToks, but I feel like niggas are not putting no effort into any of the cinematography here. Nothing. And I was a film major, so I was like, I could make TikToks mad funny. And so that's what I did, and they just all blew up. And I was like, oh, well. And then now I just make TikToks because they're just mad fun to make, honestly. I never had a problem. I always love making TikToks. I just don't like TikTok. The app is horrible app. But you get to know what's going on first, and it's good at editing. But I don't really care for TikTok. Is just like, it's what it is. It's what changed a lot of the way content is even made now.
Yeah, for sure. I have difficulty with the TikTok app. It's overwhelming for me. I don't like to open it.
Yeah.
I get secondhand TikTok, which is Instagram.
Yeah. I mean, Instagram is nice though, because I feel like I see my friends more. I don't see random shit where I'm like, what the fuck is this?
How did this get on my FYP?
You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, what the hell is this? But I see my friends on Instagram. Instagram is cool because I feel like your community is a little bit more involved with you. People really are like, your community is a little bit more like engaged with what you're trying to do. So I fuck with Instagram, but I don't fuck with Instagram because it's not paying niggas.
Yeah,
I am now less richer than I was on this journey towards trying to be more rich. I am now less rich again. Thank you, because of Instagram. So it's always like annoying shit like that, like
That's
trying to make this
disappointing.
money.
What do you think is next for you in terms of content creation? Like what things do you want to try that you haven't tried yet, or what mediums do you want to explore?
I mean, I'm really just right now trying to grow on YouTube as much as possible. I've been just keeping up a lot more debates. Like when I started going a lot harder on TikTok, I fell off a little bit on the long form content because I was too focused on trying to blow up on TikTok. I guess I thought was the smartest idea. But I'm definitely been gonna be focusing on YouTube a lot, long form content, debates, panels. I have a couple like bigger projects in mind. Like I have one VFX project I'm trying to shoot for YouTube, and then I'm trying to shoot like another game show type of style video, but it's like a really big project. It involves a lot of people. So all that is in on track though. So it's like it's just gonna take time, but it all is on track. But long form content is really where it's all at. Really, you just want to try to, do stuff for, if you're making videos, it's just you want to try to do stuff that people can really, sit down and watch. You know what I mean? Skits are cool. Skits are just for to brighten somebody's day. Really, that's why I make TikToks, because niggas be laughing. And I feel like niggas
you're funny. I be cracking up.
I appreciate y'all, definitely watching and support. Niggas be so what's the word? So damn pessimistic on the internet. Everything be so damn I hate everything, and it's just so much nastiness. I just be like, y'all niggas is so like y'all living in turmoil. Like I get it. You know what I mean? Like life is hard, trust and believe, but the internet makes it worse. So I just be trying to make niggas.
I think that your content is good and that it transcends. Like I'm not a One Piecer. I did start watching One Piece, largely in part because of you. But sometimes your One Piece content is funny, and I haven't even seen why it's funny. It's just funny because it's a good joke. Like
I appreciate that.
I understand these characters. I don't really know like the deep relation that is happening here, but on the surface, it's still fucking funny.
That's the goal. I appreciate that for real. Like that's the goal. Just try to make niggas laugh. You don't even have to. If you just know the premise, it's kind of like that's the goal. I just be making TikToks because I feel like at this point it's it's a culture thing. Niggas don't really like realize like niggas. I know it's a lot of these niggas now. Everybody does like bigger and better, crazy projects. But back in the day, all niggas had was TikTok. Niggas was not on Twitch like that before Kai and all that. Well, not even before Kai and all that, but everybody was really like on Twitch was like going hard at gaming. Like, everybody was like, I'm not getting on Twitch and reacting to shit. Like nobody was doing it, And now it's lit. But niggas don't forget that TikToks is really where it was at. Like back in the day, like niggas was just being stupid. But, that's what it's all about, man.
Yes. I will say I do appreciate my bad.
No, go ahead.
I say I do appreciate that your content is very lighthearted. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate that because I do get tired of people talking about characters that they hate so much.
Yeah, niggas be talking about everything, man. I can't. It's the most political thing. I'm like, bro,
why are you making it like this?
Nobody's real.
I think it goes back I think that also goes back to like the passion and how deeply like people get into their favorite characters. I mean, I'm not that heavy on stuff like that, but I mean, my thing is that I love watching gameplay. So I wasn't that big on Twitch, but I liked watching people do like full run-throughs on YouTube. So that's always been my thing. Or just listening to like anime character theories on YouTube. Like that's also my thing. So
I like anime character theories.
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
Like, why do I know Tanjiro's whole bloodline? Like why?
Yeah.
And I'll just be like,
and that's what it's all about, you know. And that's
5
that's
hours
of
of every demon and demon slayer. Great, okay.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what it's about, though. Making stuff like that, like more just like entertaining and just more like common.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's like. The goal is. I feel like if like me and the homie, they see two niggas talk about anime like it's basketball, somebody's gonna be like, well, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
These niggas?
I like that.
Let's go. Let's see what they're talking about. And try to make it more fun, you know.
Go ahead. Did you have something? You said Trend or me?
Yeah, no. Earlier, y'all was about to talk at the same time.
Yeah. Oh no, I was just saying I was getting lost in the sauce of all this greatness right now. So like, I do remember what I was gonna say. So being in the content creation for many years now, is there anything that you're just like, outside of people saying, oh, I hate this character or whatever, is there something that you're just like, why are we still talking about this in the content creating world? Like, let's move past it. You know what I mean?
I mean, content creation, it's trying so hard to be like mainstream media, but it can never get enough. It can never get like enough talent to make it that way. In terms of anything that's like, I'm like, why are we talking about this? Everything in content creation, especially in the anime community, I'd be like, y'all are still on this same. And that's also why, like, for a minute, I was like struggling to making videos, because I'm like, everybody's made 1 million videos to the one topic already that people talk about. But you know, I also, you know what I do get tired of? I get tired of this goddamn, and this is gonna sound horrible, I get tired of this goddamn black nerd fucking what it's like to be an oppressed black nerd. Every fucking time somebody goes, I'm sorry, cancel me. I'm just saying, for niggas, all like, you have, as black people, we have to expand outside of always being oppressed.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. Like, yes, I could do panels and conversations and debate videos on racism all day, forever. But no shade to anybody that does those panels. Like, it's always wonderful to see more inclusion. So if that's what gets you the panel, if the black nerd, being, you know, the panel talking about just being a black nerd gets you the panel, cool. But I think niggas need to strive for more than just that.
Right.
You know, like, that's why I like a lot of, like, I like doing panels with Frankie. I don't know if you know Fantastic Frankie. I love doing panels with her because it's never, she may do a little bit of that, and then we're in a whole comic debate now about women and character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real interesting shit. Same thing with other people that, like my homie Black Gay Comic Geek and the other homies, Hieroglyphics and them, talking about music. Like, these are some other cats who are, they're not even like super big, but they try to they try to do things and have conversations that aren't just
about being oppressed as a black person.
I am a nigga. You know?
I think another one, I'm tired of hearing people say that it's hard to, that complaining about how black women don't like black nerds.
Oh yeah.
Can we talk about this?
That one right there. That one right fucking there.
I've never, here's the thing about that. I've never even met a black woman who wasn't a nerd that didn't like a nerd. So I met black women who were like, oh, I never really watched Star Wars. I don't really know much about Harry Potter anime. But what's that I like is I like how you have all this shit though. Like, this is dope. Like, this is, you know, like, black women definitely love black nerds. Nobody just likes ignorant niggas though.
That part.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that part.
Nobody likes niggas who just think they know every fucking thing. You know, don't wash their ass.
It's socially awkward and aggression. If you're socially awkward, it's okay. But when you're socially awkward and then you're like aggressive and mean about whatever it is that like your passion is not passion anymore. Now you're hurting my feelings. Now you're being rude to me. Now I don't want to like continue having this conversation with you, exchange. I want to walk away. I want to leave you alone. I want to block you. Because you're not being nice. It has nothing to do with the fact that you're a black nerd. I was interested because you were a black nerd. Now I don't want to know you as a person.
Yeah. It's they're gatekeeping themselves pretty much. Where
you have
like we were just talking like your posters and stuff. We're talking about them. Even if I wasn't in this space of our nerd geek culture, whatever it is, I'm still gonna be like, ooh, tell me about this. What's all this back here?
What's happening?
And then
here?
maybe I'm like, oh, maybe I am a little interested in some anime or whatever it may be. And then I may open up and be like, oh shoot, I've always liked this all along, but now you brought this here. But instead you're like, what do you mean you don't know who Luffy is? I'm gonna show you right. And you're like, my coochie is dried out.
And you know what it is? It's really just a lot of immaturity. Because here's the thing, like as a nigga, there are some times where I be like wanting to be a fucking dickhead. You know what I mean? Because there's some times where I may hear an opinion from a young lady, especially if she is a nerd, and I'll be like, excuse the fuck out of me. You feel me? Like, what the fuck did you just say? Like, and then I'll be like, you know what? Let's have a conversation. I'm not talking to my homies. I'm talking to a young lady. You always, even when you converse with men or women, you have to know how you're talking to people. And niggas don't have the maturity level to hold back how they really feel. Because let's trust and believe, there's some times where I've talked to a young lady. She said, "Oh, Star Wars is fucking trash," and I'd be ready to be like, "Excuse me." I'm about to cut. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Like. And she may be a nerd, she may be another nerd and I'm not trying to be like, and she's like, yeah, I watched a movie or two and it was, and I'm like, well, and now I don't want to be like, well, you didn't watch the fucking right movie. You didn't watch. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do
Don't watch the last 3 episodes, which always hurts my heart because
there are ways to express that. There are ways to express that.
Right, exactly.
Without being a fucking jackass.
Without being a dickhead.
Because
and so
I would also have the same type of reaction to someone who is like either trashing Star Wars or just outright hasn't seen it. Like, I'm gonna get a little passionate about it, but there's a way to do that without being an aggressive jackass.
Right. No, exactly. And that's why I feel like niggas don't have the maturity, because, you know, at the end of the day, I just like to have the conversation. I like to have the conversation. Like, why do you really feel like you don't like it? You feel me? Like, what's wrong? What's the problem? But you know, niggas, they just the pain. All they feel is the hurt.
Yeah.
It just cuts them so deep that they're like, oh my God.
And I will say this. I know y'all seen the meme. It's the guy on the bike and he just puts a stick in his tire and like blames somebody else or whatever. That happens a lot in this community too, where I've personally noticed where, let's say in this situation, like, oh, you know, black women don't like black nerds, blah, 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 right? Whatever. But it's like, let's look at your history of why you would say that. And a lot of times it's, and this is just in general in life, a lot of people don't have a life outside of being hurt. So they're like, oh, well, I get attention, whether it's good or bad. I'm getting attention from somebody. And then it's like, you know, if you fix this, you wouldn't have to deal with that issue. And it's like, well, I'm so deep into this, I don't want to come out of that comfort zone of being not the negative Nancy of the nerd world. So it's not saying all attention is good attention in that situation, but they're like, well, they're still on my page, they're still arguing with me, I'm still getting attention. I'm gonna keep saying black women don't like black nerds or whatever it is, and go from there. And it's like, well, I try to get to know you, I do like you, blah blah blah. And it's like, well, again, now I'm gonna gatekeep you, because if I let you in, I have nothing else to say at that point. I have nothing to complain about. So there's people out there that love to stay in the hurt zone all the time and don't want to leave that. And it still pollutes everything. So
some people just like the fact that they don't really get along, and that's just the only talking point they have to base.
Yeah.
And once they don't have that talking point no more, it's like, well, I'm just here, and now I don't know how to actually communicate with you.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I say all the time that you know, a lot of like black nerds, especially anyone with who is maybe a lot further along what they're trying to do. A lot of these black nerds, these men, were not real niggas at one point in their lives. So I'll break that down. I'll break that down for you real quick. I'll break that down.
Break it down.
I'll break that down for you real quick. I was I'll break that down for you real quick. I was always a real nigga since birth. I knew my mother raised me right. I washed my ass every day. Get in between there. Okay, I'm a real nigga. I know what to do.
Important. That is important.
I know how to speak to people. I know how to speak to women. I know how to have fun with things and not seem obsessed. Even if I am, I'm probably, you can say, I mean, obsession is a negative term, but like I love anime that much that like most people would think I'm obsessed, right? But like at the end of the day, it's like a lot of these niggas were never real niggas, so they went through their lives always being like this, and then now they have a platform or they have a avenue to act out. They go above and beyond and acting out, and it's kind of like, damn, see, I could just tell that you was never a real nigga before. So like you have to, and that's why you are not getting any real women, because you are just, you know what I'm saying? So I just, you know, you can tell, you know, some even if you don't have a platform or avenue, there are some black nerds who were real niggas before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They, you know, did real things, and anime wasn't, and nerd culture wasn't really like it was just another hobby, a forefront, something that they wanted to always have a lot of you know, involvement in their lives, but they had to do a bunch of other stuff.
Personality. They were a person outside of nerdcore.
Yeah, you know, and everybody's like, oh no, it's like listen, I can't help you, brother. You need to backtrack.
Now,
back to the beginning real nigga stages, learn that, and then you can come talk to the anime women and things like that.
Now, I will bring this up because we're not going to leave out the ladies on the other end of the spectrum here, where if they do end up dating somebody who is in the nerd geek culture or whatever it may be, and it's like, oh, he's on his video games all the time, he's watching anime all the time, what about me? Let them enjoy their hobbies and their free time the way that they want to. Maybe that if you're sitting there soaking over what they're doing, either join them or find your own hobbies at the same time. Because you could sit here and like, we'll go with One Piece because everybody knows what One Piece is. You could be like, well, I'm on episode 16,000. Honestly, this probably be like 16,000 episodes. So, but it's like, oh, he's always watching it. Blah. What about me? Like, ma'am, go do yoga, go take a walk, go do something if you're not going to sit there and be with this person. Also, don't get in a relationship with somebody if you're going to be mad at what they're doing in their free time. When you knew what their free time was from the jump. I don't know anybody that's not a gamer, anime watcher, manga reader, whatever it is, that doesn't let you know up front, like, not even on the first date.
This is my shit.
I play video games in my free time. So if now we're dating and it's 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and now you want to have a problem with it, why are you here?
You knew what it was. You knew what it was.
You knew what it was before you even got me. You heard me these things when we first spoke, because that is definitely the first thing I tell you is I like XYZ. This is my shit. I got a fucking Star Wars tattoo. I have anime tattoos. This is my shit. So please, like,
hello, hi.
Let's not even do this. So if the new fucking, hey, I was watching anime. That's what my phone was gonna do, not to stay. Or I don't know, the video games thing. or just try some video games. They're cozy games. Like,
Yeah,
I love video games, but I suck at them. So I play cozy games. I play games that I find delightful. It, you know, not everybody has to be good at Dark Souls, you know.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna go in Anime's room right now and be like, all right, we dated, and all of a sudden in 3 months, and I'm like, you should take these down. We should put some other stuff up. Like,
and there are people that do that, which I think is like, what the fuck was you? What were you doing?
Right?
Yeah. I mean, you know, so my first girlfriend, she didn't watch anime, and it was like I felt like sometimes she would have to have a like an anime block for me, like in our hanging out time. Like you could watch anime from this to this, and then after that she'd be like, no, we're turning, or putting something else on. Like, and I'd be like, damn, like you just really can't stand this shit, huh? You know, and it wasn't like she would try not to be critical, but like you could tell that she just didn't really understand, she was kind of like, what the fuck is like all this energy you're putting into, you know, watching this stuff and but you know, it's hard out here with regular folk.
I think that like in this space of my life, like I've really made it a priority to be able to have relationships, whether it's my friendships or like people that I'm dating who have like the same type of interests that I have. You know what I mean? Like I need you to be into nerdcore for real. Like I need you to, even if you don't watch all the anime, I need you to know, understand, and hopefully like anime. I need you to be into comics and Marvel characters and superheroes. I need you to understand what Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and Star Trek are. Maybe you only like one or two of them. Maybe you like them all. But like having those things as a point of connection are important for me because I like that shit and it's not going anywhere. And so if you're going to have a huff and puff problem with it, I really can't see us being connected to each other for very long because we won't be able to do a lot of the things that I enjoy. We're not going to be able to spend time together in those ways that are key and important for me because you don't like it. I don't want to force you to do something you don't like. And I don't want you to be sitting over there steaming, waiting for me to get off the clock because I've been playing Overwatch with my friends for 2 hours. Like, it is what it is. Whip out your fucking Nintendo Switch and leave me alone for a little while. Give me a snack. Bring me some water. Those are things that are helpful and useful, right? Those are the things that are going to make me lick your gooch later.
I understand.
Gucci. No, say no.
All 2023.
Wow.
Gucci all 2023.
All 2023.
Wow. All 2023.
Yeah, listen.
We couldn't get through the podcast.
I mean, listen, y'all.
It was funny to go through our episodes and see how many times we talk about licking Gucci.
We should.
We'll count it, and then whoever can guess the right amount or listen to the right amount of times we say it, I will send you $10 Cash App, and then we'll go from there.
Hey, there you go. That's something.
Oh. Did you say Gucci tribute?
Yeah.
Listen. Yeah, listen.
All right, so before we get out of here, I have to ask you this question because we've kind of danced around it and talked about it a little bit. But like, why did you choose One Piece? Like, why was that the one that was just like, I'm gonna rock this shit forever? Because like you cosplay as Luffy all of the time. A lot of your content features like One Piece characters, and things like that. So I want to know, like, what was it? You was just like, this is it. This is the show. These are the people. This is the fandom.
I mean, it wasn't really like, you know, I chose One Piece. I just realized what it was, and I just realized that if you really do look at it, you watch the whole thing, and you really pay attention, it is one of the greatest anime of all time. It's just one of the, like, I try to look at it as
what makes it great though? Like, what makes it so great?
So beyond the story and everything that's involved, the characters and the universe itself is so intertwined with every aspect of it. It's almost like you've watched like 10 Marvel shows. Like if you go through the timeline order of Marvel and you notice all this extra stuff that you never noticed, you can do that with One Piece for days. It's like the creator didn't really like, it's not just like the hype around it isn't just for like no reason. The creator really took one aspect of one story and made 1,000 episodes. One aspect of one story. He didn't just say this is the great story of my world. He said this is a story about a boy named Monkey D. Luffy, and this is just his journey. Everything else I could go on for days and years and for the rest of my life and expound on. And now that's why like the manga right now is so hyped up, because he's actually getting away from Luffy and trying to get back into the time period of what's going on. Mm-hmm. And it's like once, and it wasn't even like I just, this is what I chose to do my content on. One Piece just has an endless thing you can make content about.
Yeah. Like
I like when it came to like videos and skits, it was a lot of Naruto videos, mostly. Like they're probably neck and neck, really, if I really like have to actually count them. But One Piece blows up more and gets the most attention because the jokes are more amusing because of all the shit that goes on in One Piece. Mm-hmm. Like I may make the same joke, but I can make it like 30 different ways because there's 30 different scenarios where this joke has actually happened in the show, and it's been funny and interesting every time. But yeah, it's just, you know, One Piece has got a lot going on. Even now, it's just, you know, and it's up vibes. You know, it's supposed to be ending in a couple years.
In a couple years?
Yeah, it's supposed to be ending in like.
How many episodes are we at now? Because like I tried watching it and I got, you know, I'm definitely not even at episode 100 yet. And I know that there are more than 1,000. How many episodes are there right now?
There's 1,062.
Okay. And I've got a few more years.
In the manga, there's 1,084 chapters. And so it's supposed to be ending in 2 years. So you may get like 100 more chapters. You may get like 1,200, and it may end. You feel me?
That is intimidating.
Yeah, well, you know,
intimidating amount of
but you know, the thing about One Piece is, the length of it is only a problem if you're haven't made it to the certain parts to be invested in. You feel me? Because I always tell people like, maybe the pace of One Piece just isn't for you. You know, the anime is different. Like, very differently paced than the manga. Mm-hmm. The manga's like, I know people that catch up in the manga in like several months. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh yeah, like but the show takes a long time to catch up. So you know, you may not.
Would you say the show starts to like go?
I like the show in the first 10 episodes. I thought it was interesting. The first little island they go to, I think is to get. Well, the first island he goes to is to get Zoro, and it's kind of interesting. You know, Zoro's you know, been starving on a wooden plank for 3 days, and Luffy comes and frees him from a marine base, and he fights on the whole platoon off of just one, like, you know, his swords and, you know, famine. And he's just like, if I free you, will you join my crew? And that was it. That was day one. They're chasing down Nami, who robbed them right after.
Right.
So it's like interesting. Like, it's interesting. Like, you're definitely interested, especially with how Luffy acts.
Yeah.
Because Luffy's like boxing everybody in sight. He doesn't care. He's getting shot at. He's sending people across islands. These are like the first 10 episodes. You know, and then when you get to, I feel like, when does it get like really good? I feel like you have to get to like the 30s. when you get to that first little arc where he defeats his first like big villain, Arlong, the fishman.
Mm-hmm.
When you get there, that's when I feel like One Piece. That's when I was like, "Oh, this shit's lit." Like, all this shit. You feel me?
That was it for me. I was kind of like I liked the first few episodes, which is why I kept going. But somewhere in there, I got bored, and it was really difficult to make it that far. But once the arc of Nami's history hit, and like they went through that whole challenge, I was like, "Oh, okay, I can see why people watch this." But I made it through there, and then I think I got through Chopper's arc. Chopper's arc touched my heart. I think that's when I told you I was watching it. I was like,
that's a good one.
This is a good show. This is a good show.
That's a good. I mean, it's got arcs that, like, you know, like I said, the pacing, it can be tough. Like, especially like, because I find it hard to binge shit nowadays, like in general. Like me watching 20 episodes of anything, I'm like, come on, 10 episodes of anything, especially in like a day, I'm like, this is, I mean, I just feel like maybe it's because I be doing too much. But when I was in high school, I would run through them. But that's why I say, if you're a reader, if you like to read manga, you'll catch up like this, because the story is just so good and the manga is straight to the point.
Okay.
Like the anime is very emotional and like they want to get you involved and like you know, the cinematography of every fucking thing. But the manga is like, oh, this motherfucker. Like when you look at you get to see the story in like a better hindsight anyway, because you remember shit easier. You know, in the anime they gotta re-show you shit. Like, oh, do you remember? 100 episodes ago where this nigga snuck out of the under that rock? Yep. Here goes bro again, sneaking behind a tree. What does that mean?
They like to bring stuff back from
One Piece is like the people who really break it down and dissect the shit, like it's super super famous for that. Just so many shit that you have to be like, oh wow, that's what they were talking about back then. Oh, in this arc we didn't understand that voice. Like what the fuck are they talking about? That was a voice. So it's a lot of shit. And you know, the manga though, you get all that though like quicker. You're like, oh, I see. So you know, it's just the vibes, you know.
I have a question. And this goes for everybody, and I'll ask Goku first. What is your like all in, like how One Piece is for him? What is it for you? Like what's your like, I'm ready to ride or die, we fight if you say anything foul about it. Besides your hubby BB-8.
Oh, I love Hunter x Hunter. I love Hunter x Hunter. Like I don't care if people don't like the Chimera Ants arc. I love that arc. That's like one of the ones where I can like just do several deep dives, like with the lore, with the characters. Especially like the whole like dark continent shit. Like that shit is fascinating. Like it's even stronger motherfuckers out there that people don't know about. So yes, I'm not one to want to fight niggas over stuff like that anyway. Because I can fight. But Hunter x Hunter is definitely like my top one of like where I'll like go in depth with like understanding the characters and understanding like the whole understanding what Nin is. I really like that. Like I love how they went in depth with that and like how it's, you know, like it's your energy and all, you know, just like the fight styles. So that's my thing. That's the one I'll say.
Jiggly, what's yours?
For theorizing and going on and on and on about like the entire series, definitely Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's not a traditional anime, but that is my shit. I will talk about it for hours and hours and hours. I have drawn wisdom from my own like personal life from that show. I think it's amazing, and I could talk about it forever. And I would tell anybody to watch it.
Yeah,
I love it. That's a good answer too.
Yeah, no, Avatar is definitely a great show. You know,
especially since I put that post and about which one would you pick or like which ones to do with. I expected some comments, but I didn't expect this many comments. Like,
listen, people gonna, if there's a time to argue, they're gonna do it.
Oh well, yeah, but then it's also like it's a good question, but it's like I get the people that are like, actually, if you look this up, and then there goes the lore with like, if you see this will make sense. You go, oh, maybe I should change my answer on that. Thank you for that, and then go from there. My answer ain't even good as y'all's, but it's just because it's something I grew up with. It's two of them. Inuyasha. I'll sit there, watch it all day, every day. Him and his love triangle, and Sailor Moon, same thing. Just grew up with it. That's my first ever anime I ever remember watching. Is it good? I think it's great, but that's just because that's my childhood right there. But to outside, it's just like it's a bunch of 12, 13, 14-year-old girls fighting crime and a teenager dude throwing roses and then disappearing. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not really paying attention, that's what it looks like. Is there a story behind it? Yes. Now there's a bunch of stuff later down the line and the Negaverse and all that stuff. But again, if you just see that, you're just seeing teen girls going, ah, and then like, boom, power of friendship. Now they won. Like, this is not anime too, but I'm gonna throw it out there. Kingdom Hearts. All the lore, you could sit there and talk to me about Kingdom Hearts. Okay.
Hunter x Hunter. I also like to look at the 90s anime version of Hunter x Hunter as well.
I like that one. I liked it better.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah. Actually, not really. I don't want to lie up here to get dick because I be doing that. I'm joking. But
if it works, it works. You know.
No, I'm not a big Yu Yu fan like this.
Jiggly, you too?
But the person that created Yu Yu Hakusho wrote Hunter x Hunter and is married to the person that wrote Sailor Moon. So
yeah,
that's the vibe.
Togashi, yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is good vibes. I think it's definitely a nostalgic anime though, because like niggas always be like, oh, it's so great. I rewatched it the other day. I was like, man, this is like tough, man. This is really old. This is really old. Like I fuck with Yusuke, and I fuck with what's going on, but in terms of entertainment, yeah, I can see as a child why I love this.
Yeah.
I never saw one time Yu Yu Hakusho as a child. It just evaded me. I've never seen it before adulthood. I tried and I couldn't do it. I love that y'all love it. I love that y'all love it. I
kind of love it, you know.
No, I don't mean y'all. I mean like people out there who love Yu Yu Hakusho, who are fans, who are probably like roast me for not seeing it and or be upset. I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't do it. That wasn't one for me, and that's okay. You know what I mean? I mean, some of y'all probably don't like shoujo, and I like shoujo. That's okay. You like what you like.
Hold on, don't even get me started on the whole shonen and shoujo and isekai thing, because motherfuckers, there's like a set group of people that only watch shonen, and anytime you mention a shoujo or like a specific type of isekai, they're like, those aren't real animes. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, man, it's
that's something I'm tired of. That's something I'm also tired of.
It's tough, you know. I mean, it's hard. I definitely, would watch more things. I guess if more people wanted to hear me talk about those things. But that's why I normally watch so much shonen. But I like isekais too and shoujo, and all different types of, I like all different types of anime. I just watch mostly shonen because that's all these motherfuckers want to talk about. That's everybody wants to talk about. Everybody wants to talk. I'm like, all right, I guess that's what we're gonna talk about. But shonen still, it's on its way to trying to be, the face of everything. But yeah.
What's the next big thing? I love it.
Yeah. So what would you say is like a good tip for someone who either wants to start making content or start traveling to cons? I think we can all kind of give tips on cons because we've all been to a few of them. But for sure, like starting to make content, what would you say to somebody who wants to get started?
I mean, you just have to be comfortable in like the grind, the shit not doing well. You have to be comfortable in the shit being hard. Like if you gotta make content, you're like, oh, I posted 3 videos and they didn't blow up, so I'm done. I'm like, well, then you weren't really trying to make content. Like, you have to be comfortable that it's just like gonna be a hobby for a minute. You know what I mean? Like you're just making it for fun. You're making it for free. You're just having a good time. You're just expressing yourself. But eventually, if you're consistent and if you try to just better yourself, every post you try to do a little better than the last post, or you try something a little new, then you'll see the growth. You'll see the people fucking with your stuff. You'll see what's going on. But it's definitely it could be a grind. It could be like you're just sitting there making shit and you may think it's supposed to be going up and you're just like, it's not. You just got to figure it out. You also have to invest a little bit. You can't just go out there with the old iPhone 8 camera. I'm finna go hard. No, bro, you're gonna need a little light. You're gonna need a light in your room. You're probably gonna need like a new anything above a 12. If you want to stream, you're gonna need a decent computer. Like things like that. Decent camera, decent mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just think you're gonna just fucking, I'm gonna just bullshit it. No, bro. If your quality doesn't look to it, I mean, if your content doesn't look to a certain standard, people are not even gonna watch it. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on right here?
Right.
You know what I mean? In terms of conventions, know where you want to go for sure. Like, go for something at the convention. Don't just go because you heard it was lit. I mean, go like look up the fucking schedule and the panels and see. Oh, I want to see that. I want to meet that voice actor. I want to go to that panel. I want to. Oh, this artist is gonna be there. I want to buy something. Don't just be like, I'm gonna show up in my costume. Fuck it, and I'll have the best time of my life. Because you're not. You're just gonna get drunk and then. And the day is gonna fly by you, and you did nothing that you spent your money for.
Man, spent your money for is really serious. Because like the first convention I went to, someone had an extra ticket. It was for anime. It was an anime convention in LA. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it was in. Gosh, I think this was 2017 that I went. And that year they had like a really large Dragon Ball Z exhibit. The whole con was themed with Dragon Ball. It had a giant Shenron blow up balloon outside above the steps. It was huge.
I know that
it was very, very cool. But I went because I was curious and somebody had an extra ticket, so it was free. The ticket for the weekend was like $300. So I was glad that I got to go in for free. But I also didn't have a social aspect to it. And I went thinking, well, I'm a nerd. I'm going to have a great time. And I felt out nerded, like immediately, like walking down the street up to the con because I just had a Dragon Ball Z t-shirt and I had never really seen cosplayers before. And there were people in like full on like builds inside the con, people in hoop skirts, and I was amazed and I was really excited, but also I was just there by myself. I wasn't there to see any of the particular exhibits. I didn't know the Dragon Ball Z thing was happening before I showed up, so like I really just kind of took it all in and realized that there's a huge social aspect to these conventions, right? If you're not going there, like you said, to see something specific or to meet with your friends, then it's really not a good spend as far as like entry to something like that. That's why I like BlurredCon, because of the social aspect. Being able to be around a lot of other Black nerds is really fun. So I would say, try to invite the social aspect in. If you're going alone, make friends. Because these are people who are predisposed in the way that they enjoy some shit that you like. That's why we're all here.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I get it. Like cons, You just gotta plan accordingly, and then also know who you're going with. You know, don't just go with people you just be like, oh yeah, I just met this guy the other day, and we're gonna go to the convention. Especially friends who like you've never actually hung out with. Oh, make sure you always go with somebody you actually hang out with.
That's good advice, but I definitely when I went to my first BlurCon, I went by myself. So. But I'm very that is good advice.
But that's good. But that's good. That's better than going with people you just be like, oh yeah, I know these people kinda. I'm gonna go with them. Like
that part.
Share a room and be
be in a hotel and Airbnb and you're trying to plan stuff and everybody's you don't know people doing what they want to do.
In that way, yes, that is. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but even just like people who like you may be cool with, or even internet friends, I still don't recommend going to cons with people you have not hung out with in real life.
Oh man,
well, you know like even if you go to, I mean, yeah, if you're really close with somebody, and you have the relationship, cool. But I don't go to cons with people I haven't hung out with in real life. Like, if you're going to stay, first of all, I don't even stay with motherfuckers more than 2 people. Mostly, I stay in a room. If I'm staying somewhere, it's by myself, and I'll meet whoever the fuck out there. Because niggas don't even need to be up and know where I'm at in my space, none of that shit. But if I am, staying with folks, it'd be like 2 motherfuckers. That's it. I don't got time for the whole. That's all. Because people can't plan shit together. So everybody's always doing shit that make no sense. You got, you go to a con with like 7 people, you're like, oh my god, what are you thinking? Let's just meet people.
I will say this: when we went to BlurCon last year, it worked out in our favor because we all knew what we were going to do there. Now we all met up like, all right, we're gonna meet up at this time, or we're gonna meet up at Jiggly and Goku's panel. We're all mobbing through, so that's what we did. We all mobbed through. The rest of the day, it was like, are you guys eating? Well, half of us are going to go eat at the food court or the food trucks. Other is going to go play in the game area. Cool. We'll pass each other. And we did a lot. Like, it was like, oh, hey, what's up? Oh, cool. Where are you going? Oh, I'm going to go this way. Okay, boom. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go get my signatures. I'm going to go play some arcade games. Cool. I'll meet you in the artist alley or whatever. Bet. That worked out really well. But I do 100% agree with you. Do not just go with whoever.
No, and I agree. I agree with the groups too. Like, the group thing is cool. I just think like, if I'm staying with anybody or traveling with somebody, I don't travel too deep. But yeah, I know what you're saying though.
Yeah. It can be a lot, especially if you've never been to a con before and you do have multiple people in your ear as well saying, well, I'm gonna go see this person and get their autograph. I'm gonna go to the comedy show.
Get somebody who is like very controlling and wants everybody to do what they want to do.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Wants to force people to do basically, things that they don't want to do themselves. Like, I think that what worked for our group was, even though some of us hadn't met each other in person yet, we all still had very deep relationship and very deep connection. We may not know each other again in person, but we see each other once a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the relationship that we built with each other. So seeing each other in person was really just like, hey, I get to actually touch your flesh, but I still know who you are. Like, but that's over the internet, and that was built over time. That was built over like 2 years, right?
Yeah.
You can't go to a con and share space and I don't think feel comfortable or maybe even be safe with somebody that you've only been chatting with on the internet for 6 months. Because in 6 months over the internet, you don't know this person. They don't know you. You only see the parts of your lives that are curated for one another.
Yeah. So go with someone you trust. Look at the schedules. Figure out what you would like to see or do or whatever it is. And just take it day by day. Especially cons are normally 3 or 4 days anyway. So you go the first day, kind of scour everything, see what you saw, and then the next day go from there. Unless there's something on the first day you want to see. But just have fun. Have fun. Don't get mad if you didn't get to do everything. I was gonna get mad at BlurCon. I was like, I I'm having a blast regardless. I got to see some people I wanted to see in person. Got to see them even if it was in passing, whatever, or dancing up on in the fucking club or whatever, or it is what it is. But just have fun. Don't go in with this high expectation you're gonna do everything, because you're not. And if you do, you didn't do everything you want to do. I can promise you that. So
yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. So does anybody have anything that they want to plug before we get up out of here? Any projects, anything going on soon?
Not really.
All right, well, tell everybody where they can find you.
You know, AnimexSundays, man. That's it. AnimexSundays. You can follow me if you like. You know, it's all love. I'm just happy to be here. You know, appreciate y'all. You know, it's definitely an honor to be on this. I just, hope y'all plug yourselves. Y'all do y'all thing.
Oh gosh.
Thank you very much for coming. We enjoyed having you. Enjoyed hearing about your travels and your theories. Goku Trend, anything to plug before we go?
Goku. You're putting it this way.
Oh.
Hi. So follow me on Instagram. I do more on Instagram than I do on TikTok. At GokusGodCousin. You can follow my art page at soul.jones, and you'll see me at BlurCon, and I have 2 panels, so stop by soon.
Oh, word, 2 panels. Damn, shit. Let me come. I'm about to come through.
Yes.
Do I have anything else going? SDTrinity, again, leader of the Squirtle Squad. What's up? I'm gonna be doing more streaming on Twitch. And once again, I am sorry there is no more Nina memes. You guys can stop DMing me about it. Like, you're sending me memes now. Like, please post this. I'm like, I said no. Maybe one day, not now. No more Nina. I will go on to Jiraiya, and we can live in Jiraiya's world.
I shouldn't be laughing that hard. But...
Oh God, not my baby.
But yeah, no, I just follow SDTrinity on everything: TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all that fun stuff. Also follow us on Girls Can't Geek, where you can get all your geek memes and conversations and podcasts.
Yes. I am your host, Jiggly Senpai. On social media, I'm Jiggly Senpai 3. You can find me wherever I'm at. I have accounts on TikTok and Twitter, but I really just be on Instagram. I get recycled TikTok and recycled Twitter on Instagram. It works for me. Check out my link tree to see all the other stuff that I do in my Instagram bio. This has been another episode of Senpai and Friends. Thank you so much for coming. Bye.
Bye.